Let's talk about a guy who's never grateful, ever, 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 for anything his limited audience does for him, and that is our friend Phil. Phil Burnell, a.k.a. DSP. I did have a clip that we were going to do later in the show today, but then this tweet popped up for me.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what? If I mention the tweet, I got to play the clip. Our buddy Phil made it to our cringe yesterday, and boy, did he earn it. It's a clip, and I think it's an old clip, but I've never seen it before. It's a clip of him yelling at his audience, telling them, because Phil's a guy who aggressively, yells at you and guilts you and, God damn it, I'm entitled to this money. Give it to me because I have to pay for this, 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 and this. And we've criticized him on that for a long time. But he's one of these guys who yells at his audience if they question, Phil, why are you hitting us up for all this money? It's a changing number every day. It's just based on whatever your whimsy is that day. And if people in the chat point that out, he just starts fucking raging at him.
I know.
So we've got that clip coming up. But first, this tweet. I thought this was very funny this morning. I just did a Brendan Schaubism. Something about Kat decided to try Greedfall. Now, I don't know who Kat is. Maybe it's his wife, whatever. But, I don't know enough about DSP lore yet. But I'm like the jock who just started playing D&D.
Yeah.
You're
just getting in.
He's not liking the amount of Twitter traffic that he's getting. This is a new thing for DSP. He's now angry at the amount of Twitter traffic he gets. See, look at me. Right now, my Twitter interface is up. I only have one notification this morning. That's fine. I'm excited to look at it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's nice.
I never get anything good anyways. Yeah. It's cowpoat.
He says, it's time to stop being afraid of my trolls. I have over 25,000 followers on Twitter. This tweet has over 2.5 thousand views so far and only 13 likes. You guys follow me and enjoy my stuff, so let's start enjoying it together. Please like and retweet if you enjoy something. Thanks. Phil, that's what they're doing. If they enjoy something, they like it and retweet it. They don't enjoy it. This is my thing. He's so entitled to attention and everything else. He thinks if he just throws shit out there, you should love the shit.
Can you imagine being somebody who asks for likes and retweets?
Be awful. Guys, make sure you're retweeting the show and sharing links and spreading the word. I would really like that.
But different.
Yeah, that's a really dog shit thing to do. No, you shouldn't. I understand what you're saying. You shouldn't be tweeting for people to retweet you.
Oh my God, I tweeted a picture of us and the thing we did this weekend. Make sure you all like and retweet it.
And then getting mad at people, lecturing them because they didn't.
That is so weird. I feel... But obviously, I don't live on the internet, but I feel like there's more to life than that.
All right. Let's go to April should start a camel toe show, and the other hosts are random women she may meet at the grocery store. Hey, Paul's got some programming ideas.
All right, I'll jot it down.
Kale says, Phil sounds like Sam Tripoli. Sam Tripoli is actually more out of his mind than Phil is. Veldrain with a $5 super chat says, Phil, bots don't care about your feelings. He wanted me to do that in Ben Shapiro voice. Your impression needs more coughs, snorts, and interrupting gameplay to drink gin. Yeah.
Wait, does he drink gin?
You know what? Looks like a gin drinker.
So that's where his money goes.
It goes to WWE mobile games and gin. All right, let's check out the clip that we have here of good old Dark Side Phil. We'll get our Phil fix out of the way for today since we had that tweet. He's wearing a cowboy hat in this one, so if you've ever wondered, hey, I wonder what DSP looks like in a cowboy hat, we're about to make your dreams come true today. If you've never wondered that, we're still going to show you. I think he's playing Final Fantasy. I don't know. I wasn't gay in elementary school.
Okay.
Now's not the time for homosexuality, Aaron. That comes later. So DSP is wearing his cowboy hat like a game-playing Don Imus. It's 7:45. It's DSP in the morning, baby. I need about $500 because I got groceries due, and I'm going to buy some filet mignon, baby. If you want to support the show, you should probably give me tips. Make sure you give me tips because if you give me super chats, I don't get it for a month later. Baby, it's DSP in the morning here on the Imus Ranch. All right, let's listen to DS Imus.
Lancaster Wilson did a $5 super chat saying, why do you have to go out every week to eat? Wouldn't you save money by eating at home? All right, so
Okay, common sense.
If somebody in our chat asked me that, now we make almost all of our meals at home, but like, let's say we didn't. Let's say we told people we were going out. First of all, I'd feel bad if we went out to eat all the time. But if somebody asked me that because I was talking about how I DoorDash everything like he does, or how on my day off I obsessively have to go out for a dinner for some reason,
Sure.
I don't know why. I don't know why that's a thing. But if I was talking about that on my show, and then somebody wrote that in the chat and asked it, that's not something you blow up over, is it?
No, that seems pretty low key, I guess, as far as a comment would go.
Okay, should we
It's not
see?
very intense.
Should we see if Phil handles it well?
I'm sure he will.
Lancaster, it's obvious you wouldn't understand this because the fact you're asking the question just proves the point that you have no idea what you're talking about, all right?
Just right out of the gate, he's a
Jeez.
fucking asshole.
You are so mean to your followers.
It's just, and this is from a show where the listeners shit on me, we shit back on the listeners, and like even we're like, you guys, you're just mean, Phil. Like there's no charm or humor in it. He's just attacking people.
I will give him this. He's more attractive to me with a cowboy hat.
It does help him.
Yeah.
It does help him.
I don't know why, but it does.
When you were married, okay, you like to maybe spend some time with your significant other, okay? I get to spend a little bit of time with my wife every day. Usually I see her.
You're both in the house all fucking day.
Right.
When do you not see this bitch?
Well, by the way, she's way too hot for him. And I'm sure, maybe she's got to, go out once a week. He's trying to, keep it up and stuff to impress her.
But you both sit in the house. When do you not spend time with each other?
When he's bitching on the internet.
I'm with this one every second of the day. So far, so good. I don't, I mean.
I leave you for a few hours.
We're in the same house.
Right. Different floors.
April's standards are different. Mine are, we're in the same house all day. April's like, sometimes we're not like this. Sometimes we're not literally like this.
Look at your arm in this shot.
Do you think people like the set this way? Is this good for the set?
That is you've got.
Is this good for the set, you guys?
You've got
Is this
two
good
elbows.
set work?
Can you fucking stop, man?
Sorry, I was shaking her to make a point about the set. Hey, I'm not touching you.
Get
I'm
out
not
of here with
touching
your
you.
mile-long
I'm not-
arm.
All right. DSP yelling at his audience for asking. By the way, he's yelling at his audience. He's shitting on them already. You know what it kind of reminds me of? This is funny. When someone sometimes and maybe this won't happen as much now that it's one day a week. Sometimes people will ask Corey an innocent question in the chat, and he will start kind of shitting on him hard. And it's kind of on the show. I've said to him before, I'm like, the guy just asked you if you were sure about that.
I know.
The guy brought up a thing. He said, oh, Corey, I read the other day that it was actually the opposite of what you said. And he's like, look, maybe if you don't know what you're talking about, you don't read. It's like, bro.
Oh, you're fucking stupid.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's funny when I am
funny.
sitting back and listening to it. But there have been times where I'm on the show. I'm like, dude, he just asked you if you were sure. So here's DSP. You got a guy asking him, hey, bro, wouldn't it be cheaper if you just ate some meals at home?
First thing in the morning for a little bit. Then I'm on stream all day. Maybe during a break I get to see her. Some days I'm lucky enough to see her for dinner at home. Some days I'm not. Today, I'm literally eating leftovers because she's...
That sounds lovely.
That sounds like the usual American household.
Do you like leftovers?
Yeah, I do.
You know what leftovers are? A heat-upable version of something I really enjoyed the
They're a
other
treat.
day.
And sometimes things like spaghetti, even better as leftovers. So good.
Lasagna.
Anything pasta related, it all soaks in them noodles.
May I?
No.
Meatloaf.
Get out of my head.
Meatloaf
I was going to say
better.
meatloaf, pasta, and certain salads because they have time to get all flavorful.
And then how about he goes, oh, today I'm eating leftovers because she's at work. Learn how to cook, you fucking 8-year-old. Today I'm having SpaghettiOs.
Well, that's right. What is he, 45 years old and he doesn't know how to make a supper?
He's wearing a cowboy hat, too.
She's at work. I won't get to see her until later.
He really is Andy from Toy Story. I mean, he's got a fucking cowboy hat on and he's got to make himself raviolios because the wife's at work.
He makes SpaghettiOs. Yeah, he's definition of a man that can't do any of the domestic stuff for
I
himself.
got to eat SpaghettiOs, and of course it'd probably be with Frank's because the man has no taste. I got to eat SpaghettiOs with Frank's because my wife doesn't let me use the stove when she's gone.
He has an easy bake oven.
Yeah. I made a delicious brownie the other day.
Tonight when she gets home. Then I'll get to see her for maybe an hour and a half, and then we go to sleep. Okay? So in the
You don't do any fucking?
Yeah, you're not going to tell us about all the sex you have?
All right, I eat some SpaghettiOs. She comes home, I have SpaghettiO breath, and she's part Italian, so she likes it. And then, she lets me in her back door, and then I put a thumb in her ass, and we go to bed.
That's fucked.
whole given day, some days I'm lucky I get to see my wife a little more. Some days I don't get to see her much at all. All right?
I call those the good days, am I right? Hey.
Spend time with Jasper. Quit crying.
Right.
A week, I get a day off with my wife. Now, all week long, we've been working, not spending time with each other.
We've been playing video games and yelling at people. Look, this is what we do for a living. This is our business, but I wouldn't say, oh, it's all day long I'm working. All day long I'm doing show stuff. Mm-hmm. But the reason we do this for a living and we enjoy it so much and we love it is it doesn't feel like work. We get to entertain people, and they're so entertained that they go, I'll give you guys some money.
You want to know something?
That's the trade.
I'm afraid because there's so many clips like this of him just yelling at people that's all his show is. I'm afraid there's no actual content or gaming.
Uh-oh.
Or rushing to get things done. And we've been cooking and eating food at home all week long.
Good.
All the meals.
That's like a super responsible thing to do, Phil. That's really good and smart. Most people would kill to do that.
Yes, that's not only responsible, but healthy. Like, do you know how bad going to Applebee's is for you?
Terrible,
or
Phil.
anywhere?
Stop going to Applebee's, Philip.
Okay? Once a week, I get an opportunity to essentially spend some special time with my wife and maybe go out and do something with her, like have a meal outside of the home. It's basically like a date time. You know what I'm saying? Like once a week, you get to maybe go on like a little small date with my wife. Now, ideally, sadly, it's not what I want. I want us to have a whole day where we can just do fun stuff together and have a real date day. We don't. Since I only have one day off a week, I have to cram in everything I need to get done off stream in one day. That includes grocery shopping, any kind of appointments, whether they be doctor appointments.
You can't stream and go to the... Oh, God,
That's
this guy's
my
just...
question.
I got to tap out of DSP for today. He's just a lazy, entitled fuck.
It's starting to hurt. Like, we do shows every day, whether it's the evening show or morning show for you both. And all of the other stuff somehow gets done.
And you know what? A fucking blast. I wouldn't want to do anything. I'm terrified of not being able to do that. Like, this is the funnest thing to do. And this guy's like, I can't even go grocery shopping.
He's
Well, then
bitching
quit.
about what he does for a living.